So let's talk more about BAC, or blood alcohol content. This is essentially the amount of alcohol in a person's blood, or a way to understand how intoxicated a person could be. Every person is different though, and there are 5 things that will influence how the body metabolizes the alcohol in your system. Hormones play a bigger role than people think. For example, since estrogen is broken down in the liver, the body will prioritize processing the estrogen over the alcohol, slowing the metabolism of alcohol in a person with higher levels of estrogen. This could include hormone therapy. This can affect BAC. Testosterone plays a role in creating dehydrogenase, the protein the body uses to break down alcohol. Therefore, people with higher levels of testosterone will metabolize alcohol slightly faster due to higher levels of this protein. A menstrual cycle and even certain birth control medications will alter a person's BAC. Weight, or the amount of soluble body fat, plays a role, along with the strength of a drink and how quickly we are drinking. Finally, food is crucial. We want to avoid drinking on an empty stomach and should plan to eat before, during, and after drinking. Remember, what is best to eat? Protein. We tend to think that the more we drink, the more euphoric we will feel. But that is not the case since our bodies can only handle so much alcohol. Alcohol is considered biphasic, meaning it has 2 phases. There is a point at which our body stops experiencing pleasant side effects and begins to experience the not so pleasant effects. This is called the point of diminishing returns. Here's more about that. The first phase of the biphasic curve is while BAC is lower. The effects of alcohol may be a mild buzz or a pleasant high. The second phase occurs at higher levels of alcohol concentration. The effects of alcohol become more negative, including fatigue, physical impairment, and impaired judgment. This is an important time to talk about binge drinking, which you heard me mention before. Binge drinking is defined as having 4 to 5 standard drinks within a 2-hour period. When someone binge drinks, they are much more likely to fall into phase 2 of the biphasic curve and experience the not so good parts of drinking. They are also at increased risk for experiencing harm. If you or others are drinking alcohol, situations can arise that will call for you to be an active bystander. Being an active bystander is someone who chooses to do something to reduce risk of harm or to help someone in need. To be effective, there are specific techniques people can use so that the intervention works, does not put you or the person in an unsafe situation, and does not escalate the situation further. You can intervene directly, by causing a distraction, or by delegating intervention to someone who may be more equipped to handle the situation. Here's a scenario that you may encounter while out drinking. You notice that one of the players in a drinking game appears to be very intoxicated. They eventually say that they want to stop playing, but the other players urge them to keep playing. Think back to the 3 Ds we went over in the last slide. What would you do in this scenario? You can be direct with the person who is intoxicated by asking them to come with you somewhere, or direct with the people pressuring them by asking them to stop. You can delegate to the host or another friend to intervene, or you could cause a distraction like spilling your drink on the table or getting the players to focus on something else.